Hello and welcome to the Great Big Indian Wellness Show. My name's Tony Patty and today I'm joined by Neelam Wright, who is a specialist in her own right. Curry on cooking the healthy way is what we're going to be talking about today. So as we navigate out of lockdown and the time has now come to get out and about, looking after the body at the same time is something which is quite prevalent within our lives, and we explore healthy alternatives and quick cooking techniques as well. So Neelam joins us today. Let me tell you a little bit about Neelam first of all right here on the show. Now, whilst living in the UK, Neelam was a foster carer, an optical illusion artist, and also a well-being facilitator, a hypnotherapist, and also a fitness professional supporting special needs in schools, sports centres, and within local community groups as well. So as an adult tutor delivering yoga exercise and well-being, Neelam Wright, also known as Saucy Spice Sister, is now demystifying the art of Indian cooking, though she's doing it through humour. Now, as co-founder of Curry On Cooking Limited, a UK-based company featured on BBC's Country File and bargain-loving Brits in the Sun, she also specialises in offering alternative and innovative, award-winning, the all-natural Great British Curry. Now, recipes to avoid obesity and diabetes certainly feature high on the list. And since moving to Spain, where Neelam is right now in 2010, Neelam divides her free time volunteering as a guardian angel mentor and also looking after and supporting single parents and a listener for the Samaritans as well. So with such a stellar background, Neelam Wright joins us today, co-founder of Curry On Cooking Limited. Neelam, a very warm welcome to you and thank you for joining us here, right here on the Great Big Indian Wellness Show.
Thank you, it's my honour.
So Neelam, as we navigate out of lockdown and we now try and get out and about and look at healthier lifestyles, tell us a little bit about swapping out foods and making the best alternative out of what we're used to eating and getting ourselves out of, perhaps if you want to call it, the comfort zone.
Yeah, because we are very comfortable eating what we're eating. Yeah, so they're just little small swaps that nobody will even miss. So if you're a meat eater, the main one is to chop all the fat off your meat before you cook it. And that way you'll have less calories that go into your body. I don't know if you make roti from scratch, chapatis, fulgur, whatever you want to call it. We only ever use 2 ingredients, and that's flour, atta, and water. So if you do use oil, just stop. You won't notice a difference. I promise you, you won't. There's lots of things that you could do. I mean, for example, I love butter. I was brought up with nearly half a tikki of butter on my chapati, and I grew up with double cream instead of yogurt. You know, my mum, who's always, I do my own yogurt. I don't know if anybody here does, but if you do, try swapping your full fat milk to skimmed milk, because then if you're on a Slimming World journey, it's a free food, so you can have it as much as you want to. There's also lots of vegetables that are just generally water-based. So, onions, for example, dos pias. So, start putting more onions into your curry. Liquidize them if you don't want to see them, so you get a thicker consistency. I haven't used oil for many years. And nobody's ever said to me, oh, there's not enough oil in your roti or in your curries. You don't want to see that oil slick that you get in restaurants, because that's their way of preserving the food for longer. So a splash of water to do your, to fry off your onions and your, if you use garlic and onions, to do your durga with, the base sauce. And then just pop in what what I do, don't tell my mum because it's a bit naughty, but I use the all-in-one method. So you just, the bit that's going to take you the longest to cook, just pop it all in, pop your tomatoes in, whether they be fresh or tinned. If you do use tinned tomatoes, there's something that's called passata or tomato fritto that has oil in it. It tastes exactly the same as the tins, but again, you'll just be reducing some of your calories that you're taking in. You know,
very interesting.
sorry, last one. I mean, the other thing that I would always advocate is a salad. You know, a lot of Brits don't eat a salad with their curries, but we were brought up with yogurt, salad, you know, maybe a poppadom, you know, and we never drank, you know, we drank water, and our mum would only allow us to drink warm water with our meal, not anything else. So, you know, if you want to digest your food quicker, then I'd swap out your cold drinks and you know, bin the Coke and the fizzy pop because it's poison. Drink water. That's what all of our bodies need.
It's a wonderful discipline, and you've gone into some wonderful detail about eating the right foods the right way, of course. As far as Curry on Cooking is concerned, the healthy way, what made you start such an incredible company called Curry on Cooking Limited?
Well, I've been in Spain for 10 years, and it's not like being in the UK where you can pop to your local supermarket and pick up your garam masala or your turmeric. You just can't get the spices out here. They sell little curry pots this big, and you don't know what's in there, so I'm not having that either. So I tried the pastes and the packet, you know, just to get my fix, but there was just nothing available. Even the ones, you know, by famous people I thought would taste nice, you know, like the Bogara mix, and it was foul. And I just thought, I don't know how people can eat this. So, you know, basically I've just thrown everything you find in Mum's Masala Dabba. And this is all you get. You just get the powder. So there's no oil in there. You know, there's no calories in there hardly. So it's free food, and you can sprinkle that on anything you want to.
So as we look at a more healthier lifestyle, eating our foods and swapping our foods for other things, how sustainable is it? Because at the end of the day, what we want to know is that, okay, it's healthy. You've told us that. You've told us alternative ways of cooking the food and alternative ingredients to use. In terms of sustainability, where do we go from here as far as Curry on Cooking Limited is concerned?
Well, the UK market is extremely saturated with curries, to be honest. But luckily for me, my studying in marketing and sales and etc. has paid off, and the branding is awesome. So we're getting a lot of interest internationally. And really, I have this dream of introducing the Great British Curry to Abney, because there's a lot of Indians, Asians out there that just don't know how to cook. So they leave their nest where they might have had their mother cooking, or, you know, the servant, or, you know, the helper, and then suddenly they don't know how to cook. So, you know, when my son was 10, he went into the kitchen and cooked this up, and we've kept it so simple. And nobody likes reading recipes, you know. Well, I don't. It's not my thing. I just want to bung it all in. You know, you can put it in a slow cooker. So, you know, we hit all markets with that. Our policy is to KISS, which is to keep it simple, sister. So sustainability, I think the next generation and the future generations who, you know, when they...
it's something for them to latch on to, understand that.
Yeah.
Where does the expression in terms saucy spy sister come from?
Well, I wanted to be the curry queen, but apparently the queen makes us sound old. So we became the Spice Sisters, because it's been founded by myself and my sister Vina. So we're the Spice Sisters, and the Spice Sisters met the Spice Girls on Bargain Loving Brits and the Sun. So it was kind of invented for telly, to be honest. Yeah.
As far as Curry on Cooking is concerned, and cooking the healthy way, what have been your biggest achievements, and what have you learnt through the experiences that you've had over the 10 years that you told us about?
Oh, you know, it's speaking to the people, the general public, who, you know, when I'm at fairs and I say, oh, do you like curry? And they'll go, no, I only like a korma. You know, because there's a shame thing attached to how hot you can have it, you know. So, you know, it's comical how people don't class curry as... So just demystifying people's expectations of curry, as it doesn't have to be hot. Because there's a lot of people that say, oh, well, you know, it's not really curry if you can't taste the spices or the chilies.
Yes, you took the words out of my mouth, because what's happened is that the way we've evolved, we've learned to accept hotter food, which has a lot more chilies in it. And certainly the Western world that you speak about have accepted curries in a slightly more, I think, not a mild form, but a hotter, spicy curry. Through evolution, we've just become used to it.
Well, I think we've become used to it because chilies are addictive. So I think a lot of people start off on the korma and then they progress to the Balti and then they progress to the jalfrezi. This now is the number one in the UK, you know, the jalfrezi, whereas before it was the chicken tikka masala, which is a mild. Yes. So I think people are trying to go for the Madras, stroke Vindaloo, stroke Fal, because it's progression, isn't it? But we've got 3 that have got no chilies in them whatsoever. So I say to people, you can wean your babies on them if you want to. And, you know, obviously they're very healthy. They've got all of them have turmeric, and, you know, some of them have got up to 13 different spices and herbs in them. So, you know.
And that's amazing. Is there such a thing, though, as a healthy curry?
Oh, my goodness, yes. Yes, because in Jilly Slimming, which is very similar to Slimming World, but it's not, you know, you can have this free. So this chicken tikka masala, for example, on the back, you've got your recipe. Well, it says you need cream and you need lemon juice, you know, to make it into a tikka masala. Now you can substitute that cream with low-fat yogurt or quark or any other alternative. So, so this, if you chop all the fat off your meat, you can eat this till the cows come home.
However, they say that having certain fats are actually good for the metabolism and for your bodies. The meats that you talk about, where you just take off all the fat, we've been told during time that some of those fats are actually good for you. Omega fats, for instance.
Yes, but there aren't any omega fats on the fat of animals. If those kind of fats are, yes, and I advocate avocados, for example, where people say, oh, they're really fattening. Avocados are one of the best foods that you can eat. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go out and eat 6 in one go, but maybe a half to a quarter a day if you incorporated that into your diet. And it's linseeds and algae, you know, and dried fruits like dates, and, you know, and obviously if you are diabetic, you know, eat a savory meal, swap out, you know, your white substitutes like your pasta. I mean, you know, we've got videos where you can learn how to make korma pasta, because I love pasta, but, you know, wholemeal pasta, wholemeal rice, you know, they take a little bit of getting used to, maybe 2 or 3 times. And then it's a bit like taking the sugar out of your tea. You know, the first couple of teas, you know, it's like, oh. But after a while, you're like, oh, that's
You get used to it after a while. I was going to actually ask you in our closing few minutes of our conversation today about obesity and diabetes, and how Healthier Cooking and Curry On Cooking Limited can actually help people through obesity and diabetes levels, which are all on the rise, as we've seen.
Yeah. Well, in our newsletters, if you do subscribe, the website's curryoncooking.com, we give you advice on, you know, top tips for a healthier barbecue, top tips for eating a healthier curry. It's not just about what you eat, because you can't out exercise your diet. So it's that when we just need to be a bit more aware of what we're putting into our mouths, really.
So, Neelam Wright, as the co-founder of Curry On Cooking Limited, what is your message to people about eating healthy and making a lifestyle change?
Now, my message is really important. You can't eat healthy all the time. It's impossible. Okay, so you must treat yourself. Now, your treats are your treats. So if you like to have that beer at the weekend, then, you know that that's going to be your treat, and then eat well or better during the week and look forward to something. The problem is that we're having now is we're watching television and everybody's eating burgers and pizzas and drinking Coke, and, you know, so we all want to emulate that all of the time. So, you know, choose your treats wisely, but you can eat a healthy curry anytime, and then, you know, it saves you because you can only eat as much before you start growing, and get regular exercise and know that you deserve it.
Thank you very much indeed, Neelam. Thank you for joining us right here on the Great Big Indian Wellness Show.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.